"Speak up," Adora said a little brusquely. This was getting tiring. What was so difficult about saying your name? The girl sat up, her fair skin turning a bright red. "My name is Hannah." "Okay," said Adora. "So, Hannah, do you want to get lunch?" Traveling through space had made Adora very hungry, and she thought she could feel out her wisher as they ate. Hannah shook her head. "Why not?" Hannah shrugged, then slunk back down to the bottom of the canoe. Well, if this wishling could wait to eat, so could Adora. She considered the situation. What would be the fastest way to identify the wish? If she took care of everything quickly, she'd be back home in the blink of a star, and be the first star darling to grant a wish all on her own. That would be something. Adora favored the direct approach. What if she just asked outright? "Hannah, do you have a special wish?" "Huh?" The girl was so startled that she spoke loud and clear. "Do you have a special wish?" Adora repeated. She sat back, waiting patiently, except that she couldn't stop tapping her toe. Hannah drew herself into a ball, her arms hugging her legs. She looked for all the worlds like a Starland prickle pine curling up for protection. Adora sighed. This wasn't going well at all. "Clearly you're a shy girl." She smiled widely, if a little falsely. "Some of my best friends are shy." That was the truth. Adora considered Cassie a friend. Yes, Cassie was outspoken about her conspiracy theories, and she'd managed a Wishworld mission just fine, but she'd barely spoken to anyone her first double star week at school. And she'd dreaded going on a mission until that poisonous nail polish had made her annoyingly braggy. Maybe this girl was new at camp. Maybe she needed to be drawn out of her shell. That wasn't Adora's strength, but she'd give it a try. "I'm new here," she told Hannah. "Is this your first time at camp, too?" Hannah shook her head. "It's my 5th summer," she whispered. Well, there went that idea. Suddenly, Adora had another idea. She reached into her backpack for the 4-leaf clover. "Here," she said, handing it to Hannah. Hannah's eyes widened. "A 4-leaf clover! For good luck!" "Go on," Adora urged. "Make a wish." Hannah blushed, turning her back to Adora. I, she stuttered. Then she stopped. Clearly, Hannah wanted to make a wish. She just didn't want to make it in front of Adora. "I'll step away," said Adora, pleased with herself for understanding the situation so well. She climbed out of the canoe and walked to the edge of the lake, deliberately leaving her star zap, set on record, on the canoe bottom. She waited a bit, counting. 1 Starland City, 2 Starland City, until she reached a hydrong, then returned to Hannah. "Oops," she said. "I left my cell phone here. I'm not even supposed to have one. I'd better bring it to the office." Adora moved out of Hannah's earshot, then played the recording. "I wish I had the confidence to make friends," Hannah said, her voice thin and quiet. Wish identification accomplished. Adora allowed herself a star sec to savor her success. If she could help grant the wish right then, she'd definitely have the record for fastest time. "Not that I'm competitive," she added to herself under her breath. She turned back to Hannah. "So," she said brightly, "I really think we should go to the mess hall. There are some girls there who seem really nice. You seem nice, too. Maybe we can all be friends." Hannah stood up, rocking the canoe. "You were eavesdropping." Adora